All right, Graham. That game was forgettable for many, many things. The defense plays their balls off, but everybody's going to remember this game for a long, long time because of what DJ Lagway and this offense did. 5 interceptions tonight. That's a pretty incredible feat for many, many things. And, man, this is you know, Graham, this is the 4th year for Billy Napier, and there's been a lot of losses where at the end of the game, it's just like you feel like you don't have any oxygen. You're just like, you kind of throw your hands up and you're just like, it is what it is. I mean, this offense couldn't do anything tonight. I know the story's going to be Lagway, the interceptions. The offense couldn't run the ball. The offense Mizell had a couple good plays, but this offense couldn't do anything against LSU's defense tonight.
Yes. I tweeted this. I don't know if you saw my tweet from maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. A lot of people are having thoughts on it as I posted it, and I think most people kind of just generally agreed, and I'm sure you're going to agree too. We when things are going poorly, Dylan, we run into this, like, everybody wants to find the person or thing they're supposed to blame the most. Well, we're having these struggles because it's this person's fault, because it's this person's fault. It's this or whatever. It's really on Lagway. It's really on Nick, whatever. Two things can be true, Dylan. I would say, 3 out of 5, maybe even 4 out of 5, you could probably even say all 5 of Lagway's interceptions were him just horribly forcing throws into windows that were just not there at all. Like, because I don't think any of his interceptions were because it was inaccurate. They were all because he's just trying to jam it into a tight-ass window where even if you are accurate, it doesn't matter. I mean, every single interception he threw, there were at least 2, if not 3 LSU defenders right in that area. So that's the first thing. You just cannot force dumbass throws like that the entire course of the game. I mean, LSU won the game 20-10. Granted, they could have won by more. They obviously took a knee at like the 3-yard line at the end of the game. But they won 20-10, right? So they won by 10 points. You can directly relate 10 of those points to DJ Lagway's interceptions. Because one of them is obviously a pick six. So that's 7 points right there. And then the interception before half put them right in field goal range. So DJ Lagway, he simply can't do that. I mean, this is his second year. He's a sophomore. He's not a freshman anymore. He played a decent amount last year. Like, he's got some experience under his belt. There's no excuses for him to make those horrible throws. That said, now to the Billy Napier equation of this. And Billy Napier, less so of the head coach and more so of the offensive mind that I want to break down here. Dylan, will you agree with me here that even the good plays tonight, even when Lagway did complete a pass, even when Jaden Ball did have a run or Jacoby Jackson, whatever, they were good plays because of individual efforts by the player. They weren't good plays because something was schemed up and they got an easy 5 yards, an easy 10 yards, easy 15 yards. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, like on the other side of things with LSU, when they had that big seam route that went for like 50 yards to, like, the 3-4 yard line, whatever that was, the number 10, their tight end, I think. That was a schemed up play action play, and they knew that spot past the linebacker, between the linebacker and the safety, was going to be wide open, and they schemed that up, and that was an easy throw for Garrett Nussmeier. He hits him right in stride. It's a huge gain. Garrett Nussmeier is getting credit for a 50-yard gain when he simply just identified an easy throw, right? Lagway gets none of those at all. None of them. The interceptions are his fault. He's forcing them. But we shouldn't be surprised that he's forcing bad throws when he never gets easy throws at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, those two things go together. The system doesn't reward him, so he doesn't reward the system. You get what I'm saying?
No, 100%. I mean, the mistakes with the interceptions, the mistakes of, my goodness, dude, not sliding, bro.
Oh my God! I mean, dude, slide, man.
I don't know. I mean, I was at Port Tap Room downtown for the first half, and luckily I was by myself in the second half. I'd much rather be a loner and just have my thoughts to myself, not have everybody else. That's just me. But, like, I'm just like yelling, slide. Like, it's 3rd and 4 or whatever. You need 4 yards. You should know where the line of the gain is. I would think. It might not be. And right when you get past the line to gain for the first down, you have a defender coming, and you just get you get cracked both times. It's like
when you've been hurt all off season.
So that bugged me, and then what really bugged me was at the end of the game when he was hobbling, where it's 1st and 10, he starts to roll left when that last drive they had, and dude, just throw it away. And if someone is trailing you, and then you get tackled, and then you're limping, it's like, dude, you've got to make smarter decisions. And Lagway didn't have it. He didn't have any of those tonight, man.
He knows how talented he is, and we've seen this before with quarterbacks that come out of high school and they're a 5-star all-world guy, and we see it in college, and then we see it in the NFL if someone's a first-round draft pick, and they got all this to prove, right? And they want to go out and they want to throw 4 touchdowns and go crazy and what have you. So they think and they want to make every single throw, even when there's not a throw there to be made. And listen, he's a sophomore, so I think some of these excuses need to go by the wayside for him. But I'll live with a few of them if it means that he's pushing the ball down the field, making big completions, that sort of thing. The problem is the other side, the production side that was there last year, that ain't happening right now. I mean, did they complete one pass north of 20 yards? I don't believe they did. They definitely didn't complete one north of the Jaden Ball one. Obviously, would have been if it didn't get called back. I thought that was a bad call, but nonetheless, man. I mean, the entire second half, they couldn't do literally anything. And why is it, Dylan? And you and I haven't watched the game together this year yet, but we have many times before. And I know you and I are kind of on the same page while we watch the game in terms of like, bro, when it gets especially to like 2nd and long or any kind of pivotal 3rd down, you and me can pick from about 3 to 4 different plays that we know Billy Napier is going to run. It ain't ever anything different. And we've said it before to each other all the time, and we've said it on the show before all the time, but it's true. Dylan, if I know it's coming, and if you know it's coming, and if the people listening to this podcast know it's coming, I promise you the defensive coordinator for LSU knows that it's coming. And I promise you he's going to be prepared for it, and it ain't going to be there. And that's why Lagway threw 1 million interceptions tonight, because they knew exactly where he and Billy Napier wanted to go with the football. And Lagway, again, he's an all-world talent that thinks he can make every throw, so he's forcing it anyways, and there's somebody sitting there waiting on the ball. And especially the last one, man, you could tell he's just trying to be a hero, and he's just trying to make it happen. He's trying to pull a win out of his ass, and especially once they got down by double digits, he's trying to get it all back in one play. And, that part sucks. I would say 3 of his interceptions at the end were because he's just trying to do something, but that's up to the coach to scheme up some easier stuff, man. I mean, what do they do during the week, bro? It never looks like they're prepared for anything. Have you ever watched one Billy Napier-led game, Dylan, and felt like he was one step ahead of the defensive coordinator going up against? Have you literally ever, since his first game, since Utah 2022, have you ever felt that way about his offense?
No, and I mean, I expect this to be a low-scoring game. I mean, granted, LSU does have one of the best defenses in the country, I think. Going into Clemson doing what they did. I know Clemson lost today, but that's still impressive to go in there and do what they did. And then tonight, Weeks, one of the best linebackers in the country, goes out. So then his backup, 33, the other Weeks comes in. Then he gets hurt. And then Florida found they ran the ball twice right in that beginning of that drive for 10 yards apiece. But I still can't get over, man, like this offense. All we heard this offseason was about how good this offensive line was and all about this run game. And it's like, even if this defense, let's just say for the sake of this argument, they're the best in the country, you still got to find a way to get more than 6 carries for 18 yards for Jaden Ball. They were just never a threat. And that kind of goes to, along with the offense, man, when you can't run the ball, and then it felt like time and time again, like even if Florida had a shot, there was going to be a stupid penalty. That's going to be a holding. That's going to set you back. And then when you have that, it's just you can't overcome these things. And then on top of that, when you don't have a confident quarterback that, granted tonight he looked healthy. I will say the last 2 weeks he didn't look healthy and he didn't use his legs at all. At least tonight he was able to use his legs and be healthy. But
game. Sorry, go ahead. I mean, cut you off.
No, I mean it's just kind of the same thing that we saw from last week. Just the offense just kind of looks putrid and the same old.
I was gonna say he did look better mobility wise in the scramble game, but why can they not run an RPO cleanly?
I can tell you why, because it takes time and he hasn't practiced.
They ran, I think, maybe 4 to 5 RPOs, and every last one of them looked like a disaster. And like I don't disagree with you. I know it takes practice. So if it's the second half against LSU in Death Valley and it's a 1-score game, bro, don't freaking call it. Don't call it. Like you got nothing else to call in that point, and he's rusty with it. I mean, this guy, like, look, here's the other thing, though. We talked about this last week. So last week, there were certain times in the game that Billy Napier tried to run some type of trick play and get cute, right? Tonight, there's drive after drive after drive. They're stalling and can't get anything, and he's got nothing. Okay, so now when you need something and you just got to see if anything's going to work for you, now you don't want to try any trick play. Now you don't want to try any misdirection. Now you're just going to run the same 4 plays that everybody's running. I mean, what are we doing?
They ran the trick play in the middle of the second quarter against a team against a bunch of kids they don't even recruit. And I mean, at that point, USF should have called timeout and Goalish should have brought his guys and said, guys, these guys are running a trick play because they think they can't beat us. That's what he should have done. And then it's tonight where you don't have anything going, and it's like, okay, what's the next layer? And there's nothing there. It's I mean, you can't really look at the box score, but I mean, defensively, man, I know LSU. How long was that last play they had? Let me look it up because they totaled.
It was like 50 yards, I think, something like that.
So it was a 51-yard run. And the game was over. LSU totaled 315 yards. They had 220 in the air. And they had 96 on the ground, with 50 of it being on that last drive when the game was over. I mean, I can't get over, man. Your defense gave up 13 points tonight. The pick six don't count on you. And really, the field goal at the end of the half doesn't count on them.
I was going to say, it's really 10 that they gave up.
They gave up 10 tonight, and they gave up 16 last week with the safety, and you can't win. And Napier's the offensive guy, and it's year 4, and you have a losing record at the University of Florida. And I saw this earlier on Twitter. Against top 15 teams, Napier or Florida the last 4 years is 2-12 against top 15 teams. And this is the best roster that he said in the offseason, and it's what do you have to show for. And by the way, Miami is pretty damn good. Offensively, they've got one of the best DNs, Bain Jr., and Carson Beck is confident he's got it rolling right now.
Dylan, pop quiz. How many ranked teams on the road has Billy Napier beaten since he's been at Florida?
Ranked teams on the road. Huh. Okay. I'd want to say Tennessee, but I don't think Tennessee was ranked. Okay, 0.
He hasn't beaten Tennessee on the road. When he beat Tennessee, it was in Gainesville.
Yeah, they lost to Richardson. That was 23.
2022, they went up to Tennessee and they lost.
Yeah, I remember that one.
2023, you and I were at the game with Graham Mertz.
Yeah.
Florida beat him.
I remember now. Last
year, that's when Mertz got hurt and they lost.
Yeah.
This is year 4. He's never beaten a ranked team on the road.
And there's plenty of opportunity to do it. That's it. You're not playing in the Mountain West.
I mean, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Bro, look, like I tweeted at the end of the game, like, at this point, Dylan, like we'll continue to do the show and we'll like talk about the game we actually watched, but like the guy is not qualified to be the coach at the University of Florida. Like this is beyond Billy Napier at this point. Like at this point, like everything that he fails and every way that he falls on his face, it's not his fault anymore because he shouldn't be the coach. This is about Scott Strickland. We talked about this last week. This is about Scott Strickland. I'm going to say this until he finally does it. And I don't know if he's going to ever do it. So I might just keep saying it until I die. Scott Strickland has to ask himself, what type of football program does he want to be? Because you just said a minute ago, okay, LSU's defense shut us down tonight. LSU might have the best defense in the country. Well, damn it, so should we. And damn it, we should have one of the best offenses in the country. Why shouldn't we?
Yeah, and you could argue our defense played better than their defense.
Correct. We got a five-star quarterback, all-world Gatorade Player of the Year, Adidas deals. We got like the guy at quarterback, right? We got Jaden Ball running the ball. We had basically the entire offensive line returning, All-American center coming back, Vernell Brown III at wide receiver, Eugene Wilson at wide receiver, J. Michael Sturdivant at wide receiver. Like, we got all these dudes that we were told all off season were gonna be world beaters, and that they can't get out of their own way. They can't tie their own shoes. And and I talked about this. People were kind of coming after Lagway on Twitter, and I mean, rightfully so. He played horribly. He threw 5 interceptions. I'm not trying to take up for DJ Lagway and tell you he played well. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying coaching matters, man. And holistically, DJ Lagway's confidence, DJ Lagway's decision making, how he plays from kickoff to the end of the game, directly relies on who is coaching him throughout the week, not just game plan wise, but development wise. And actually, who are the people that are sitting down with him in the film room and going over what he's doing and coaching the wrong things out of him and enhancing the good stuff? Who's doing that? It's the same dude that runs 3 plays every third down. Like, the dude can't call plays. You think he can develop? Of course he can't. Like, those two things go hand in hand, man. Like, I think back to Felipe Franks, okay? And talent-wise, DJ Lagway is twice the quarterback Felipe Franks ever was. But in 2017, Jim McElwain's last season, Felipe was a starter most of the season, and they won 4 games, and he was pretty much awful all the time. He rarely ever played very well, right? Threw a ton of picks. They couldn't really do anything on offense. Like, he really struggled. The next year, Dan Mullen comes in with a new system. He's coaching him, like, whole thing, and he looks like a totally different player. Okay, and that's the point I'm making about Lagway. I'm not making an excuse for Lagway. I'm telling you that you're telling me if Lincoln Riley was coaching DJ Lagway right now, he wouldn't look like one of the best quarterbacks in the country? Of course he would. And we all know he would. You're telling me if Steve Sarkisian wasn't calling his plays, he wouldn't look like one of the best quarterbacks in the country? Of course he would. But no, he's got this buffoon that runs the same like 4 plays all the time. I mean, how many times are we going to do that little running back thing where they come out and then come right back in? Like, ooh, we're all fooled. You know it's man now. Like, what are we doing, dude? Sorry, rant over. I'll let you speak.
The most important relationship in all of sports is the one between the quarterback and the guy who calls plays, and it's usually when that connection is good, it's usually pretty lethal. I mean, it's the reason why you look at the NFL, the best play callers, they're usually always in sync with their quarterback, and it's just it ain't it, man. This ain't it, and it's not going to change anytime soon. I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are pissed off. It's like I can't understand why people are pissed off. Like, dude, Billy Napier's done this for how many games? And he's done this for how many games? And he's done the same thing like he did tonight, and you're still mad. I mean, that's like getting back with one of your exes that continues to cheat on you, and you get back with them, and you think it's going to change, and they're not going to cheat on you. Like, it might not be the greatest analogy, but it's I don't understand how people can get so upset over just the same thing over and over and over again. I guess a lot of it's because I'm just like so emotionless, and I'm just like, I mean, wow. I don't know what you expect. Nothing different. And let me hit this on. Dude, before the game, Monday, LSU was a 9.5-point spread. That was right. Obviously it was. They won by 10. It went all the way down to 4.5. I don't know about you, but I was like, dude, if I had FU money, I would put so much money on LSU minus 4.5. Like, there was no shot of everybody this whole week, dude, all we heard was, hey, I mean, Napier, backs against the wall, this kind of game. And, dude, that's all we heard. Yes, when he has a healthy quarterback. He doesn't have a healthy quarterback. And because of that, I was like, I don't get it. I don't know where you kind of stood with that all week. I thought LSU was going to win 27-17, and it came pretty close. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, I thought the 9.5 was perfect. So when it kept coming down, I think it was because one of their either D lineman or O lineman
was the center.
Yeah.
So Caleb Banks, so Caleb Banks was back, and their center got hurt against Louisiana Tech, and he ended up playing, but he wasn't 100%.
Yeah. Our guy Brandon from Twitter, if you can pull up that comment, said DJ is handing out a test the defense has all the answers to. Yes, that is like the perfect way to put what I'm trying to say. Yes, like exactly. I agree with you, Dylan, on like there's no point in getting mad anymore. And you know me, you know how emotional I get when I watch games. Like I'm the first guy to get pissed off or like hella excited or whatever. But most of that second half, man, like early in the second half when I felt like they still had a chance, I was still pretty into it. But once Lagwood threw the pick six, I'm like, there's no way to come in. Well, and here's the thing, man. Here's what I'm getting worried about. Like the schedule obviously doesn't get any easier. We've talked about this. Like we know the gauntlet. We've talked about that ad nauseum. I don't know how bad it has to get for them to pull the trigger and get rid of him. What record is going to cause Scott Strickland to actually get rid of Billy Napier?
I mean, I feel at this rate, if this offense can't do anything in the next, before the bye week before they play Georgia, and you lose all these straight games, something might happen.
Yeah,
might. I said that. I say that pretty convincingly because I don't think Napier gets fired in the season. I think they wait to the end of the year.
Yeah, I think they're going to end up winning some game they're not supposed to.
Let me tell you right now, it's probably Texas.
Yeah, it certainly could be. Hang on, I'm looking up the schedule again real quick.
So it's next week you go to Miami, then you have a bye week, and then you play Texas at home, and then you go to Texas A&M, and then you play Mississippi State, and then you have another bye before you play Georgia.
Like it's not crazy. Okay, so they're 1-2 right now. They're going to lose next week. They're going to be 1-3. I don't think they're going to beat Texas. They're going to be 1-4. I don't think they're beating A&M. Okay, dude, you're 1-5 at that point. They are not going to be favored in the next 3 games. Okay, and it doesn't mean they're going to lose all of them, but like right now, it would be safer bet to say they're going to go 0-3 than they're going to go 2-1 or 3-0. So if they lose, let's say they lose all 3, and they're 1-5. You can't hang on to them at 1-5. Can you?
Everybody says no, but there's only one person that makes that decision. I don't know.
It's just
I really don't know, man. I mean, I listened to Matt Hayes what he says on X on Primetime, National College Football Writer, and from the way that he speaks, he says that Scott Strickland loves Billy Napier, and he will not fire him during this season. Like, so if you kind of go based on his word, I mean, I really don't know, what can change. Because, I mean, you know how it is. If you're in a job and one person makes a decision and the person's likable, which helps a little bit,
Dylan,
it's not going to change.
I love you. I think you're great. I think you're a great guy. I think you get along with people. I think you're an awesome dude. But if every podcast you just pooped all over yourself, I'd be like, this ain't working out. Like,
yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just going off the information.
Being likable bought him year 3. Being likable maybe bought him year 4 with being likable plus DJ.
No, that part.
But
DJ Lagway, the reason why he's coaching right now is the same reason why he will be fired at the end of the year, because Lagway was on fire in November, and Nate Lagway is not playing like the guy we thought he was, and it's not gonna go well. So,
and here's the thing too. So that type of crash out never happened with Mertz. Mertz was just kind of limited his like ceiling. But Dylan, this is the second quarterback that's had like an epic crash out under him. That's supposed to be like an all-world talent. This happened with Anthony Richardson. You remember that USF and Kentucky game in 2022? You remember both those games? They won it. They beat USF because they just got lucky, and USF kicker missed the kick. But there were back-to-back games in 2022 where Anthony Richardson was horrible, like just absolutely horrible. He couldn't do anything. And DJ Lagway looked eerily similar to that tonight. And it's like, okay, this is your second quarterback that's supposed to be this all-world talent, and he looks like absolute hot garbage under your tutelage. That's what I was saying earlier about how coaching matters. Like, I'm not giving DJ excuses. DJ looked really bad. But I just have a really, really hard time believing that if you didn't have one of the better offensive minds in the sport coaching DJ Lagway, he wouldn't look a whole hell of a lot different right now.
Yeah, I'm reading some of his quotes after the game. I mean, it's just the same old. Funniest quote I heard in a long time was what Lagway said last week. I'm sure you saw on Twitter, talking about teams don't peak in September, they peak in December. Oh, they peak in the Gasparilla Bowl and the Vegas Bowl and the Cheez-It Bowl and the Toilet Bowl. That was hysterical.
Where you're going, teams don't peak at all because they ain't playing.
Yeah. So
this team ain't even making they're not making a bowl game.
Probably not.
Bro, we just talked about some of the schedule. Find me 6 wins. They're not winning 6 games.
And you're not. And Tennessee blew the game. Tennessee blew the game today against Georgia. They should have won that damn game. Florida State
Tennessee's going to beat the shit out of them, dude. I don't care that it's in Gainesville. We've beaten them 100 times in a row. Tennessee is going to – if that game were played tomorrow, Tennessee would beat the shit out of Florida, and it wouldn't even be close. Georgia's going to beat the shit out of them. Texas is going to beat the shit out of them. And Florida State is going to beat the shit out of them.
Dude, this Florida-Texas game, if Arch Manning continues to play like he did today, I don't know what he did in the second half. I know the first half he was awful. That might be an all-timer, man.
Dude, the over-under is going to be like 12 points.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, bro, I don't know, man. It's just so obvious. I mean, like, I think most people at this point, I remember we got to this point last year. Most people at this point, Dylan, probably just want us to get on the show and just talk about who we want the next coach to be.
Yeah.
Because,
because the games are irrelevant at this point.
The games don't matter. What's the point of breaking down the game? Like, DJ Lagway, we just talked about DJ Lagway threw 5 picks with their best defensive player getting ejected in like the third play of the game.
Yep.
And that was that's the main – they lost the game with DJ Lagway forcing the picks, and also they lost the game with – they outplayed LSU in the first quarter of the game, and all they had to show for it was 3-0. That was it. Like, you got 2 different drives where, like, you got to go score. The offense is bad, generally speaking, but this offense this might be the worst red zone offense I've ever seen in my life. Like, high school, college, pros, everything. I mean, they cannot do anything in the red zone, like, at all. But with two backs, we should be able to run the ball. I mean, I don't know, man. It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say, Graham. I think everything was said. Apparently A&M just beat Notre Dame. What looks like it was like the final play of the game.
Oh, damn.
Okay, let's see. There's 19 seconds left. A&M was down 6. 4th and goal at the 11. And holy Piscoli, wow, what a play. Tight end caught a ball. They won 41-40.
Wow.
So, wow. There you go. Yeah, I guess we'll do this next Saturday, and and everything that we said last week and this week will just be Miami
Yeah, Dylan, we could probably just record this episode and just play it again, and it'll probably be all the same
It's
material.
probably gonna be the same thing. Napier's gonna rally the troops and they're gonna do well, and we got a good fighting team and yada yada yada. I mean, the only way Florida wins, I feel like a lot of people feel this way, is if like the other team gives them 4 turnovers. I don't even know if that is enough. Give them 4 turnovers and like the boys said at SEC Media Day, spot the ball inside the 5-yard line, and then we might feel good. You might score.
Yeah.
Because you ain't scoring and you get a pick and you got to go 70, 80 yards down the field. That ain't happening. So, all right. This was fun. Like and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend. Because I will. This is, flush down the toilet. And, Graham will do this again next week.